morning, everyone. I have been sick for the past couple of days. I've had some type of allergies or a cold or something. Don't know exactly what it was, but I'm just starting to feel a little bit better today. Today's the first day I've been out of bed. I felt wiped out, tired, sneezing a lot, coughing, stuffed up, headache, things like that. So I'm feeling a little bit better today. So I'm in my office, which is a disaster right now. I've really got to get it organized maybe later on today. But, I've been thinking a lot about retirement. And and I did want to tie this in with some of the lessons that perhaps we can learn from Sarasota Tim, who obviously is also retired. We all know Sarasota Tim, right? So when we are getting close to retirement, maybe a lot of us may have already retired, or we might be in that space when we're just kind of deciding when we're going to retire and so forth. We start to probably think a little bit more about our health. And if our health is already, uh, maybe not that great, or maybe our health is still really good, but we know that eventually things are going to deteriorate. I mean, it's inevitability, right? But, what we usually try to do is maybe for those of us who have lived sedentary lives, we might start to walk or bike ride or start to eat a little bit healthier, right? To prolong our lives. A friend of mine I was talking to recently said that he read this book, and I don't know who the author was, but the author's suggestion was like we want to maximize our lifespan and then die quickly. He said we don't want to deteriorate so that we end up like in a nursing home or end up bedridden or having to have somebody else care for us for a few years. We don't want to live our life like that, of course, so it just makes sense. So we want to maximize our life capacity. Now, uh, one of the ways that we can do this, and you can do your own research. These things are on the internet. You can Google them. They're very easy to find. We can do some research about why helping others, being kind and compassionate, actually has been scientifically proven to help increase our lifespan. So do the research and see why that is and how that is and what it will do for you. I've read a lot of comments on a couple of the videos that I've done in retirement and I've read this before too, that a lot of people are afraid to retire because they lose their interaction with other people. They don't have anything to do. They just sit around all day and they deteriorate away and they become very lonely. Now, that is a choice, okay? That's a choice that you make when you retire, if you want to do that. A lot of people, they find a part-time job, even as a greeter at Walmart, even though that doesn't sound very attractive, but, you're interacting with other people. You don't have to do those things. If you don't need the financial resource from having a part-time job, then go volunteer. The hospital that I go to near me, which used to be called Beaumont Hospital, they always are looking for volunteers, people to transport, people from their rooms to another part of the hospital for a test or a procedure or something like that. So you can always do something like that. These are the things that help to keep us active and, make our lives worth living when we're in retirement. Now, the reason that I brought up Sarasota Tim in the title of this video and in what I'm talking about now is, I've said this several times already. I don't really watch Sarasota Tim videos much. Once in a while, I'll tune in and see what's going on, but I just can't stand to watch the same nonsense over and over again. And I'll tell you, my friends, I've watched enough of his videos to know that when you listen to his voice, he is lonely. He's lonely and he's lost. And you can hear it in his voice. The voice, my teacher used to always say, the voice reveals everything. The voice will betray you. And he meant that not in a negative way, but in a negative or a positive way. Your voice will reveal to others, if others are paying attention, what is the reality. We probably all have heard people talking, like everything sound beautiful, right? But when you listen to their voice, there's something in it that tells you that they're lost, that they're lonely, that they don't know where they're at in life, or they don't know who they are. And I think if you really listen to Sarasota Tim, you can discover that. And people wonder why he makes so many videos. And a lot of people speculate that it's because he wants more views. But I don't know that that's really true. That might be partially true. But I think it's because he's not comfortable with himself. And he doesn't know how to be still. He can't be quiet. So he can't just be meditative. And he doesn't know who he is. So with people like that, when you're lost, when you're really lost, you are uncomfortable with silence, because then you have to start to hear yourself, right? And when you get to that silent place that reflects who you are as a real human being, your soul, your spirit, your values, your principles, a lot of people aren't comfortable with that. So this is why a lot of people just talk and talk and talk, or, entertain themselves constantly from morning till night. That's why I think Sarasota Tim has to pick up his phone and make more videos. He just rambles on and he doesn't have any idea of what he wants to say. So he just says the same old nonsense. Now, the other thing that I did want to say is that I believe that Sarasota Tim, for his followers, his congregation, okay, he is leading these people down the wrong path. He is teaching people how to be self-absorbed, even though he kind of covers that up a little bit. Every once in a while, how many times have we seen these couple of videos where he said, I'm going to buy the person behind me at McDonald's, or as he calls it, McDonald's, not McDonald's. He says, I'll buy those people a coffee behind them. Then he pulls up and waits for them to acknowledge that he's done something good for them. That's not the way to be. If you're Catholic or many other religious traditions, like Tim professes to be, you don't need the recognition. You don't want the recognition. You want to do something for the sake of just doing it. This is also in the yoga tradition as well. To do something without reward, right? Without gratification. So I think Tim is teaching people to just do nothing, golf all day, right? Look out your window and see concrete, a friggin' concrete parking lot. This is what Tim says. Look at my beautiful view out of my Flagstaff FK BSHIT camp or whatever it is. Look at my beautiful view, and then he shows you the view, and it's a friggin' parking lot in a casino. It's concrete. Don't we all, so many of us, including myself, I visualize that one day I'll live someplace where I can open up my windows to my house and I can see the ocean or a beautiful lake or a beautiful landscape someplace, not concrete. So that self-absorption that Tim is teaching his congregation is just killing your spirit. Buy more golf shirts, buy more cowboy hats, buy more golf hats, go golfing, leech off of other people. It's just not the way to be, my friends. So that's what I see when I see a little bit of Sarasota Tim videos. It reminds me, don't be like that. Because a lot of us, I don't know what it is in our human culture today that we kind of get pulled into that. There's a certain magnetism that always is drawing us towards that aspect of ourselves, to want more, to want more things to make us happy. But the things won't make us happy. And I know we all know these things already. Even if you haven't read about these or heard somebody else speak about it, you know it in your soul, right? In your intuition. So I think, and I've been calling Sarasota Tim recently. I've been calling him Sarasota Tim Jones, referring to Jim Jones, this founder of the People's Temple, who, you know, committed mass murder with his congregation. He gave them all Kool-Aid, the poison Kool-Aid. So I think this is what Sarasota Tim Jones is doing. Listen, the reality is that, and the other thing is that, of course, he preaches when he does these daily devotionals, which I know he hasn't been doing recently. He preaches how to be a good human being by reading this stuff. But does he really practice it when he goes on these rants and tells people to delete people that make negative comments or criticizing comments? So in one hand, he's saying, be kind to others, but the other hand, he's saying, hate the haters. This isn't the way to be, my friends. So if you learn anything from Sarasota Tim, really listen to his voice and see if you can detect how lost he really is. We don't have to criticize or judge everything about Tammy and everything about what he does, how he leeches off other people. Just listen to his voice, look into his eyes, and look at his face and see what he's really teaching people. Look at his lifestyle, eating fast food all the time, drinking copious amounts of coffee. So these are the lessons that Sarasota Tim is teaching us. Don't drink too much coffee. Don't eat unhealthy food. Eat more healthy food. Be kind, be compassionate to other human beings. Help other people. How many times have you seen Tim helping other people? Actually going up to somebody and giving them a hand with something, maybe even offering them a few dollars. I donate money to charities. Sometimes I see people on the street, even if they're not asking for money, I can tell that they're, in some distress and some difficulty, and I might go up to them and give them a few dollars. So have you ever seen Sarasota Tim open the door for somebody else? So again, we can take these lessons from Sarasota Tim and turn them around, 180 degrees, to learn to be more compassionate, to be kinder, to take care of ourselves, to be calmer, to learn to be in silence once in a while, and get to know ourselves, really know who we really are. Think before you speak. All right, my friends, I hope this was not too much of a rant. I've been sick, and I usually will write something down, at least so I have some direction, sometimes when I am speaking. But today I just didn't feel like doing that. I just wanted to just put out a short little video, let you all know what's going on. I do have a lot of other things that I have in the works, useful things, not just random videos of me walking and talking and showing you for the 25th time my camper and this and that, and look at the view of the camper. I want to make content that I hope is interesting to you. I want to make content that can teach us all to be better human beings, can teach us all what the value is for ourselves and for others and for humanity when we simply are kind to other people, when we simply try to be useful human beings, when we simply can be compassionate human beings. So I'm not asking you to hate Sarasota Tim. I'm asking you to be compassionate to him. And, and this will help us to be good human beings. It'll help us to hopefully live longer, to live a more joyful life, a more peaceful life, a life where we feel like we have purpose, right? We want to feel like our life has meaning, you know? And what do you think Sarasota Tim's life means? Just endless buying things, golf trips, just doing nothing all day long, just being a lost soul. So anyway, my friends, that's it for today. Hope this made sense for you. I'll talk to you soon. I'll have another video soon out when I'm fully recovered and I'm back to my regular 60% self. Okay, have a good day, my friends. Enjoy your day. See you next time. Bye-bye.